So the direction for FIFA 8 on the Wii is a pretty interesting one this year because it's of course the first time that we're offering a soccer game on the Wii, and that in itself presented quite a challenge from the get-go because soccer is a game you play mostly with your feet, and we want to do this on a console that you mostly play with controllers in your hands and you do gestures with your arms, and they didn't quite relate from the get-go. So that was a pretty big challenge for us, but I think we found a pretty good way around that. What we're doing with the controller this year, once we sort of like overcame the challenge, hey, how do we actually do this? So what we ended up doing is we're using the nunchuck to control the player and the body, and then everything where you interact with the ball, we have put on the Wii remote. So for example, shots, passes, advanced passes, those are all happening on the Wii remote. And then there's a few gestures that you actually do with both your hands or with both controllers, and they are the ones that relate the most to real life. So a good example is a throw-in that you like in real life, you just go like this, and you just take your nunchuck and your Wii remote and you just go like this. Or goalie saves, the same thing. You start out like this, and then you can just lunge to here or lunge to here to save the ball. So we are actually we're adding a lot of features to the Wii, specifically to the Wii. Unfortunately, I can't talk about them at this point, but we will unveil them at a later point. There's quite a few things that we have done specifically for the Wii. One thing I can talk about though, and that is the Soccer Academy, which is in essence a tutorial mode that teaches you basic controls. It teaches you the advanced modes. It is a standalone game mode, if you will, but at the same time it also reaches out into gameplay where, for example, if you get to your first corner kick in the game, we will pause the game and we will ask you, do you want to learn how to do a corner kick? And you can say, no, leave me alone, I just want to try this by myself and just skip it. Or you can actually jump into the tutorial. We show you the gesture, how to do it, then you can jump in. And that's of course not always going to come up every time, but it's coming up like on the first time ever you encounter those situations. FIFA 08 on the Wii is built off of the current generation versions. We work actually pretty closely with the PS2 team to get all our gameplay advancements in this year. There's a lot of things that are new to FIFA 08, the franchise this year, which you'll find on the PS2, on the PC, that you'll also find on the Wii. At this point, we don't know for sure how much we can even technically support the classic controller or even the GameCube controller for that matter. It's something that is on our list of things to look into. At the same time, we want to make sure that we make all the controls feel right with the normal Wii controllers first, and then we'll tackle that one. Yes, we will support online play. We're supporting just your normal matchup. And the other thing that we're pretty excited about, you might have heard about the interactive leagues that got introduced into the FIFA franchise last year for the first time, and we will support those on the Wii as well. So if you want to support your club, you can actually do that on the Wii as well, and it all goes into sort of like the same result pool that all the FIFA products are using, which is pretty exciting.